It's interesting when I look at Polymarket, you can see obviously a lot of people want to, place bets on a lot of different metrics. And it seems to me that maybe that opens up the world to indices. Maybe it's a Trump index, or maybe it's probability of a rate cut index, that's a daily piece, or a number of illegal immigrants in America index. I don't know. Do you see that as a spark that maybe there is a demand for more of these types of products?
That's an interesting point, that you could create indices off prediction markets. So something that's relevant to this is I actually think that prediction markets are a really good medium for your average retail investor and trader. Technically, a prediction market is a binary option, a digital option. So it's it settles to some expiry value, and it's done. It's not you can't exercise it. It's just sort of a binary yes or no thing. But the UX that these prediction markets, the user experience that these prediction markets are being dressed up in, is very intuitive for your average crypto, your average investor in the equity market, so they just know Kalshi, Polymarket, green button, red button, 57 cents, 37 cents, 67 cents. Yeah. And I think 37 might go to $1. And so they don't even know that it's, an option under the hood, a digital option, binary option. They just know, it's a simple UX, green and red button. In the case of Kalshi, I think they're blue and purple buttons.
And price history there as well.
Yeah. So I think it's amazing. I think it's a big unlock for, user experience in the derivatives market. You can, speculate, hedge on things like interest rates, economic events, the president. But ultimately, we were talking about this internally, and, prediction markets, on BVIV would be really cool. It's something that we were working towards. We think that, just generally, prediction markets will grow substantially in the coming years. Now, they're pretty cyclical, right? Elections being one of the things that people want to bet on the most, or hedge, or however you look at it. But I think that they're going to be, growing. So, another point on this is that Robinhood has prediction markets now. Interactive Brokers has prediction markets. These are the pioneers of the, Interactive Brokers is one of the options trading, brokerage pioneers. Like, they're adopting these products. CME, I think, has some event contracts. I don't think they call them prediction markets, but
Peter Thiel took $500,000 and turned it into $1 billion using the exact same techniques we're using inside the investment club. He met a CEO, his name was Zuckerberg. He pitched him the deal, and he said, okay, I'll give you $500,000. Mark went public and sold the shares to people like you. Well, what happened to Peter? Well, he exited and got a 2,300x return. The wealthy invest in early stage companies, folks. The public markets are for suckers. It's a rigged game. By the way, this happens in crypto as well. It's called pre-sale tokens. This is Solana. Does anybody know this chain? They sold pre-sale tokens for 4 cents. And you can see the date on there, April 5th, 2018. Look at Solana today, folks. That thing's up over 1,000x. The media and Wall Street and all these hype people get you to buy the top. Meanwhile, they put their clients in at the bottom, and they use you for liquidity to make their clients rich. You can play this same game. You just have to have the financial education and the deal flow. That's it.
I am very bullish on the user experience that prediction markets offer. It really simplifies trading and investing in certain things, hedging certain things. It's almost similar to the innovation that perpetual futures kind of brought to the industry, right? Green, red button, leverage slider, really easy to understand. Prediction markets kind of have a similar unlock where it's like super easy to do something, and that previously was much more complicated.
Yeah, this is a really interesting observation, how a UI or UX could change market adoption, but it looks like it's happening. And I didn't know the Mercantile was having events as well, so that's interesting. What do you think of the next 12 months of the crypto market? You've been in this business for a while. What's Cole's call on, Bitcoin? Are we still in a 4-year cycle? What do you think is going to happen?
So I'm always quite bullish. I think, something I saw back in 2019 when I was working at Stake, there was days when ETH traded at $100, $200, and Bitcoin was at 3,000 or 4,000. People get jaded, apathetic in those markets, but that doesn't stop, the fact that crypto is a really important technology. It's a, non-sovereign money. It allows for global, access to capital. And and in the case of Ethereum and Solana, smart contracts. And so I've seen these periods of like apathy and jadedness in the market, but they're always followed by a big boom. And so I actually don't. I think in the past their 4-year cycle kind of held up, but I do believe that the super cycle is a real thing where Bitcoin eventually, well, I think it will go to 1 million by 2030, 2029, 2028. And in the next year, that's not financial advice, but it could go to 150 seems conservative. 200, 250, that's totally attainable in the next year or two. And if sovereigns across the world keep buying Bitcoin, companies keep buying Bitcoin, well, hopefully MicroStrategy stops. They own too much Bitcoin now, but not kind of kidding, but maybe serious. I think it's very interesting. Crypto is definitely here to stay. It's been things like FTX, things like Biden administration tried to test it, tried to kill it.
Hey, I know investing in crypto is scary. It takes a real leap of faith because there are so many scams, rug pulls, and bad actors out there. It's a dangerous business, which is why 95% of people lose all their money. Well, that's why I created the London Real Investment Club, so you can access the hottest deals on the planet and use the crypto bull market to create the generational wealth that you deserve. Join my team of over 100 people from around the world that are making millions of dollars behind the scenes investing in blockchain, AI, Web3 games, DeFi, Bitcoin, and more. Don't miss out. Click the link below to book a call with one of my team now. But hurry, this bull market will end soon.
I know investing in crypto can be scary. That's why you gotta join the investment club. Pull the trigger. Let's do this.